Hi guys! Okay, so today was day 3 of Ayurveda, and one of the things we talked about was the 6 stages of disease. And this was actually incredibly exciting for me. It's one of the reasons I find Ayurveda so fascinating, is because there are actually 6 stages of disease. However, it's not until stage 5 that anything would actually show up on any of the medical tests that we know to take, like blood tests or ultrasound, MRIs. So there are a whole 4 stages that wouldn't even show up on any of these tests. So has anyone ever just felt like something just wasn't right and they got all of these tests and nothing showed up? Well, with some knowledge about Ayurveda and knowing how to tune into those subtle cues in your body, you can start to understand what's actually going on and heal yourself before it gets to this stage 5 where you're going to need medical attention. Because at the point where it actually starts showing up on these medical tests, well, that's when you'll see. Okay, so and at one point this weekend, I am going to do 2 videos on the 5 elements and the 3 doshas, because to understand these 2 is really the basis of understanding this work, I think. So, all right, the first stage is accumulation. And really briefly, so we've got 5 elements that make up everything, and there are 3 doshas. So maybe you've heard of ectomorph, mesomorph, endomorph. So the Ayurvedic equivalent is Vata, Pitta, Kapha. However, it doesn't just talk about the physical structure. It encompasses the whole mind, body, spirit connection, physiological, mental, emotional, psychological. So Vata, Pitta, Kapha, when they're out of balance, they manifest in different parts of our body, in a very specific part of our body, in the GI tract, in the gastrointestinal tract. So Vata, which is made up of the elements ether and air, when it's out of whack, accumulates in our colon. Pitta, which is the elements fire and water, when it's out of balance, will accumulate in our small intestine. And Kapha, which is the elements water and earth, will accumulate in our stomach when it's out of balance. So the first stage is accumulation. When there's some kind of imbalance, it will accumulate in one of these 3 places, depending on which dosha is out of balance. And the second stage is aggravation. So if we haven't changed anything, if we haven't addressed the issue, it gets aggravated and it gets ready to leave either the colon, the small intestine, or the stomach, and go into circulation in the body. Number 3 is spread. So now the dosha has left its seat in the body and it's in circulation in the body. Stage 4 is deposition, relocation. So it has found a weak spot in the body and it has relocated to that spot. Now, stage 5 is manifestation, and this is where it becomes acute, and this is where medical attention is required. So you have stages 1 to 4, where if you're aware of these subtle body cues, then you can start to take some herbs, or depending on what the imbalance is, have some nice warm soup or something that's cooling if there's a lot of heat in the body. So really simple, easy things like that can bring your body back into balance. However, once you're at stage 5, manifestation, then you can no longer heal yourself simply with herbs and some warm soup and some cooling foods. And then stage 6 is differentiation, where it becomes chronic. And at this point, medical attention is absolutely required, and it's past the point of simply being able to heal yourself. So this is what I learned today. Thanks for listening or watching. Thanks for watching and listening.